political system, what is the role of youngsters in your country, in the system, and how adults are influencing the activities and everything. Maybe us Latvians can start, since that was our topic.
Now, who wants to start? Maybe that will be easier. Who wants to start?
The persons that wrote the topic will be.
Yeah.
Okay, so it all depends how we vote, because I want to be equal here. I don't want to.
Yeah, okay,
You should moderate the topic as you propose it.
yeah, since we proposed a topic, we're going to start maybe. Okay, so about the youngsters in Latvia. Like we touched this topic when the Lithuanians were presenting their results. The youngsters are more active in NGO sector, which is not really politics, because NGO is something that you can show your experience. You can share your experience, and you can with your knowledge. You don't have to be graduated from university or anything. It's all everybody's equal in NGO sector. In politics, it's kind of like a hierarchy, a little bit of hierarchy, isn't it? Right. So you need to have such a degree. You need to have such kind of experience. But where do you get the experience if nobody really wants to take you as a workforce, you know? And that's why the participation in politics is mostly with the help from relatives. If you have a politician relative, most likely you will go the same direction, same way. Exactly. So you can't really see many youngsters in the politics. At the moment, we just had elections one day before our arrival, and a very good thing is that a new party developed in only 1 month's time. Our president fired the government, and he made a new party, and lots of youngsters are in the party, and they will now have I don't know how many seats, but quite a lot.
They are the first one actually.
Nē, otrie, viņiem 20% ir tikai.
Pirmie, kas izdibināja Latviešu partiju, jauniešu partiju, kuras lielākais jauniešu skaits.
Okay, they are the first ones who invented the party with the most amount of youngsters. So from now on, hopefully the situation will change. And maybe there will be changes in democracy and everything. Democracy for youngsters. Because what is democracy? It's the nation's power, you know. It comes from the Latin word. And how can the nation or the nation develop is it's a very philosophical question. But we need many youngsters because it's new energy and they know what they want and what kind of methods they need to develop. So with this party, maybe there will be new laws, new
solutions to our problems
exactly.
that we have.
With the problems, like we said, there's a lot of corruption and lots of people don't think it's fair. I speak from my own experience that I'm afraid to take a part in politics. I have had some politicians asking me to join the parties, but I don't feel strong enough, I don't feel educated enough. That's the problem, that you don't have the confidence.
That was my question. Why would you go into politics, maybe?
Why? Because I want changes. I would like to stay in Latvia, but at this point of my life, I don't want to live there because the education I got, I don't think it made me
Smarter.
more intelligent. I took a semester in Norway, and the quality was.
Well, it's the model of Europe for Norway for education.
Okay, but even in Scandinavian countries, it's just completely different. And you see, when you give someone a little big piece of cookie, you don't want to eat the old bread anymore. You know what I'm saying? It's just the system is very old, and the people who are in the system, they don't want to give their spots, they don't want to give their seats, because the new kids will come and then change something. But the old people don't want to change. They are good as they are. They don't like changes.
Can I add something?
Yes, of course, my colleague.
During last Sejm, which was the 10th,
Sorry, first, should we write this down?
Yeah.
Someone should write the ideas down?
can we do it maybe in
No, just one person should.
He's recording it, so yeah.
Are you recording? Okay. So what I wanted to add is last Sejm we had first time in our country history until we are free 2 young persons in Sejm, which was one of them was 22 and the second was 27, if I'm right. I'm trying to explain whom I meant. So it was really interesting to see even, we have such opportunity sometimes to take a chance in Sejm, not everyone, but some people to see how it's working. And mostly what I made this, not decision, but what I saw is that young people are trying to work, or at least trying to pretend that they are working and trying to make some laws. But the old, maybe too old, our citizens who are in government just do nothing, just read papers and so on. And that makes me a little bit angry. Well, I have a little bit higher situation in my country because I work as a criminal lawyer. Not because I'm a criminal lawyer, but I know lots of people and I have very huge opportunities to go wherever I want and do maybe sometimes what I need to do, what not everyone can do. And I was at least attended several times the same work time, and I was really shocked. And when the youngsters were trying to approach to tribute and just to speak to everyone, they were just like pissed off, sorry for this word, but that's the right word to explain how it was, how everyone was treating them. So I really hope that in our country, for example, this new party which is from our ex-president made, will be able to change something, because in our country we need that law has been changed in lots of ways, starting from health, education, actually in everything. Because, for example, I live in 2 countries. In truth, I give shit about my country. I better prefer to live in Estonia, because I'm a citizen also of that country, and I feel much better there. In Latvia now I feel like I'm a tourist, but I don't want to do that. I want to feel in my country as a citizen, as a full person who has all possibilities to do. We had this crisis the same about 2 years ago.
Same means the government.
Oh yes, government we had about 2 years ago, in 13th of January, when lots of people went out from their houses, as we had this 1991 in Vilnius also this problem. Remember this? Oh, there's Vilnius, sorry. When everyone walked out and tried to save our country. No, that was not protest. We're just trying to save our country. Yes. So the same was happening with us about 2 years ago in our country, when lots of people came out, and mostly was youngsters. I might count maybe a few persons who was quite old. The rest was youngsters till 30, 35. Was trying to protect and overthrow the government. Unfortunately, in Latvia there is one huge problem. We start to fight, but we fight only for a few minutes, and then our flame just burns down. This is not normal, and I want to change it. So when I will decide to apply for government, to become also as a participant of any party, I hope I will do it. And it will be in Latvia, it won't be in some other countries. So that's what I wanted to tell.
And I want to add that as long as democracy in 21st century is seen only as power and money, we can't talk about united countries and peace and love, because power and money really makes all the population and all the society very shallow. And that is how I see the government in Latvia, very shallow and very narrow-minded. Because you as a human being, you shouldn't care only about money, and that's why I'm also here, because I don't want to waste Europe's money. And I see how hard my family works and pays the taxes. So I'm not here to waste money. I'm here to learn something and to get something for myself because I want to develop as a person so that I'm useful for the society. You know what I'm saying? So.
Do you want to add something, Gunnar? Do we have time?
Yeah, we have.
You want to add? What?
We have a couple of minutes.
Do you want to add, Christina?
I just want to add that I have the opportunity to be like a deputy in a small municipality, and I made also the party from youngsters, but it was really hard to get in this election. Voted, and then I just won from my party. I got inside, but 4 years it was really terrible. Then 6 persons, old guys, just looking. Oh, Christina, again you're speaking and asking for money for youngsters for project. So it's really hard. Then it's like the wall, and but I tried, and I really had good experience. But why I didn't decide again to join some party, because I still can't find a group. I can't find youngsters who are really strong enough and to come in my team and to participate. But I hope our future in Latvia will be better, especially from these elections.
Can I ask you something?
Yeah.
Why do you think that happens? Because that happens everywhere, not I'm sure.
Just if we speak about Latvia, in this topic, if we speak about Latvia, it's my experience, that's why. But it's happening, I know that it's happening around.
No, it's happening in Romania.
Because it's power and money. Because people...
No, I'm talking about the young people that don't have...
They don't want.
I mean, as he said, he described it better. You have the initiative and it goes out
But
in
you
1
know,
month or something
what
like
is
that. Why?
interesting, they choose non-formal way, like NGO sector, where they can develop themselves, and I also now in NGO sector, not in political, and I feel freedom, independent, and I feel that through the NGO sector I can develop myself and I can develop my industry in a local area, not sitting in political level. For now, I choose NGO sector.
Yeah, but this
Because
is what I'm asking you.
You can't be creative. Okay, you could be creative in politics, but you can't be yourself. You're in a frame when you're in politics. You're supposed to do this. You have to fill such papers, and you feel like you can't implement your ideas because people look at you like you're wasting your and their time. Because where is money? How you know, they all everywhere what they do, they see money. It's
Yeah, I get it, but I'm not asking that. I'm asking, for example, you're talking about the protests. About the protests in Lithuania, about the protests in Latvia. We had also protests in Romania. But they go out in 2 days,
but
1
the
week.
reason I can't understand.
Why? You cannot understand it? Well, we had after the communist regime fell in Romania, we had protesters sitting in the main square in Romania for weeks, in tents. And people from Bucharest.
In several times.
Yeah,
we see this.
It's the same.
Had the same in 1991.
Yeah, in the same in Belarus a few years ago.
From the freedom?
Yes,
Yes.
that's the same. But at least we fight both ones.
But those people stayed for weeks. Why? Because they had this is a problem that we have, and it's like just, yeah, it really bothers me. But I have food home. I can have enough democracy and comfort that it doesn't make me to sit on the street to protest.
But you know what is
Yes, I don't agree. Yes, but that's it. But if you cannot live with it anymore, then you'll sit on the street for weeks.
No, but for example, there is a person like I'm feeling as well. I'm working in like all day work in office. If they have this protest, I physically can't go to protest because I should be in my office, you know. If I go that I need to talk with my bosses while I'm leaving. It's not so easy for the workers because in Latvia we have so big problem with the crisis, and it's very hard to find good job, and I have a good job, and I would not have this kind of idea that, sorry guys, I will just go to a little bit protest for 1 week. I don't have a possibility, you know. It's not like in Greece. In Greece they are having this demonstration every 5 seconds, you know, and they don't care it. You know, nobody cares about, oh, the buses doesn't work, okay, we'll go buy food, we'll buy food. Yeah, it's true.
Where was my
So
idea?
just then,
No, no,
Just a little bit go to them.
Yeah, okay. Also the thing is that the power, the companies and the hierarchy is quite different. Like you work for the government, not the government works for you.
But
Mm.
of
In
course,
the it's not of
it's
course.
capitalism.
Yeah.
The
but
powerful survive. They don't care about.
see, like
I don't care if you die of hunger. It's my profit. I don't care about your profit.
exactly, that's the problem. Like I worked in the United States, and the thing is, they work for you. Every company is afraid to lose you as a customer, as a worker. They work for you, not you work for them. They know their rights. Europeans are very afraid to do something wrong,
Yeah.
because they know if they will get sued, they will lose. Because the companies have power, they will bribe the judge, and
Yeah.
that's the problem. That's not the we are talking here about the democracy, but there is actually not, there is no such term as
In
democracy.
this case, you can talk about democracy at a really social, local
Exactly,
level.
very
Yeah.
very low. Yeah, it's we have a democracy in a way, but to talk about complete democracy, we would have to live in a forest with no money, with the no.
Or in Belarus.
Okay.
No, really.
Yeah, maybe.
That's the only spot in Europe where you can talk about democracy. For
Yeah,
real.
Lukashenko.
And we as in European
Come on,
Union.
I love Belarus.
Yeah, maybe I've never been there, but we
That's-
think that we are democratic nations, but we really aren't. We are living in a frame, and that's the problem.
Every 50 years, at least every 50 years, there's a change.
Mhm.
We had half of Europe was communist, then it changed. Soon it will be another
Again.
change.
Yeah, hopefully.
Probably for the best, not for the worst.
But people don't like changes. Yeah.
Okay, can we close this topic?
Don't you want to add something?
Yes,
Yes.
that's how
Maybe.
maybe just short, something.
Do you want to add something?
No, I don't want to talk about this topic
Okay.
because I don't have so
I
many
think
things.
that's for us it's quite common, because Latvian is saying that they have this almost the same history. So this question, I think, is
1991 is the main comment with us, unfortunately. We
Yeah.
lost a lot of people, you lost a lot of
yeah.
people.
So I think it's quite common. Totally.
You said that about older people, they don't know any changes. I know, I think I know why. Because old people are a little bit conservative.
Yeah.
Exactly. They are conservative. You are young, yes, you are brave, you want to do something. But they are afraid because they got a little. But if they choose you or other young people, they think that young people is not strong enough
And we can make
to take
mistakes.
a power in your hands. They have no trust. Because if you say we're gonna do it, and also, first of all, I know it's a very hard, I know that sometimes it is not impossible. But you, first of all, must do something that they see and that they trust.
You have to
Show the power, what you got, what you can do.
Yes, can I add one
Yes,
thing?
sure.
There is one thing what I forgot to tell you. In Latvia we have the Social Democrat Party, where we have this, how to say, this huge argument about our Baltic occupations, and this company got the highest votes this year from voters. Why? Because mostly voted old people for them, because they promised what they want to hear. They promised actually everything what they had in old Russia times, and they were almost occupied. So for them, they see the dream that went away for 20 years. Now they promise that it will come back a little bit, but not maybe a little bit, maybe it will totally come back, because even in our Riga Central Mayor is under actually Russian influence still, Russia. And it is not hidden anymore, because some of participants from his company has been even elected in Putin's this parliament. parliament. So actually, unfortunately, in our country, mostly wins that person who promises
The
to
most.
who promises the most, and maybe sometimes he even just tries to do it. We also try to do a lot. It doesn't mean that we are not trying to do anything. But unfortunately, in our population, mostly are old people, because the youngsters mostly has left our country. And I think the same is in your country.
A lot of people that
Not the same, but a little.
Well,
You see,
yes,
you have a lot of works, jobs, what you can do, what you want to do, yeah?
yes.
Projects and all things about country. But you need a power, you need a be in a government, and that's all.
You need contacts.
Yes, you need a contacts, you need a power for yourself. Juridical power, I mean. So you see, the answer is talking in your lips. You say, they are promised, they are make a dream, and all things. Make a dream too, promise.
But if we cannot,
we
promise
can't.
them what they want. I cannot do, because I know I will never ever
But
return
you
back
know,
to Russian
if you
times.
go there,
Never.
yes, never. Understand everyone that. But if you go there with good ideas, not the bad ideas in the government, you even do that. You do something good.
But still, it's gonna be like a lying.
Yes, it will.
It's gonna be like a lying.
For good, not
Yeah.
for bad.
That's the thing, you
Yeah.
get in, and then
They do what they want. They do what they want.
the politicians that are
Forget
already there
what they
for
promised.
20 years, your colleagues, so-called colleagues in the parliament, they will make everything, they will do everything to
To
get
block
you
your-
out.
yeah.
because you'll be like a white crowd.
Yeah, we
Do you
need
know
to
how
end.
it works? You're talking about being part of the parliament, to get involved, no?
Yes.
Yeah.
Do you know how it works? I met Mihaela like 4 years ago. Our first free project, it was part of a longer project, and the last part we went to Strasbourg, to the European Parliament.
Brussels.
No.
It's got three, I know now. Got 3 places where they have it. And we were so surprised that, well, you're talking about the European Parliament, Union, but we were so surprised how the processes work there. I mean, during daytime, every MP, member of Parliament, has the right to present a proposition, a law, or something like that. And there are 20 people in the room listening.
They were
We
discussing.
were very
we attended
excited. We'll see the whole parliament. 20 people. That's it. Maximum 20. Maximum 20. We go out. We meet the person that sponsored. They have the right to receive 50
50%
50.
for one invitation.
per year,
He could
and
invite 50%.
and they pay for their expenses. And we were part of those 50 because I don't know.
We are 30.
We managed to get a member of parliament to sponsor our trip there, and she was telling us actually that he has an army of people behind him, an army of bureaucrats and specialists that prepare everything and every proposal for him, and they read every paper that comes to him, and he just goes into the European Parliament. He sits in his section with the other from the party that he is in the European Parliament, on the Green Party, the Liberal Party, the Democratic Party, groups. And the person in front votes yes, they all vote yes. The person.
But it's happening in Latvia the same.
Yeah.
They just show, because I remember how it was. They were just going to make show for the people, and it was very funny, you know. They discussing their politicians like groups, like how they will vote, and then they're going, and then someone is protesting, you know. But actually, he knows that everybody will vote like this. He knows the result, but he's protesting because that's how he gets this advertising, you know. It's such a
They
big.
were fighting, but in fact they were.
Yeah, because they're like, oh, I'm too much, this is so bad, but actually he knows that he will vote for yes, you know, but he's just doing show, and that's why I say I was so pissed off of this system there. Yeah.
So has someone anything to add?
Or just next.
Can we make a final?